Welcome back and thanks for staying with us. The ANC KwaZulu-Natal leadership has come out, taken stock of its performance in last month's general elections. The party held its Provincial Executive Committee meeting at the weekend. The ANC and KZN recorded a decline from 64% in 2014 to 57% in April's poll. Now to discuss that and other issues, we're joined from our Durban studios by political analyst Xolani Dube. A very good morning to you, Mr. Dube, and thank you so much for making the time. How does this work? Should we be looking at PEC outcomes in a broader sense, for instance, within the ANC National Lekgotla outcomes that came out last week and put the whole nation in a tailspin? Or are these conversations cascading down to the provinces, or are the provinces having their own separate conversations?
I think it's the repetition of what we've seen happening in the beginning of the year, because these gatherings, or the gathering that is happening currently here in the province, is something that they've had before the elections. And so I don't think that we have to expect much from this gathering, except the repetition of what they discussed earlier on. And you know what they've said as one of their resolution, or what they call it, an introspection, to say they have to send an invitation to the past leaders of the province to come on board and assist them. I think that speak volume about the capability of the incumbent leadership in our province.
What, in your opinion, could have caused the decline in support for the African National Congress from 64% in 2014 to 57% in this poll that's just ended?
Look, it is the disconnection between the ANC leadership and the people. And another thing that we have to swallow, although it's very bitter, we have to accept that the ANC that we know is no longer existing. We have something that is masquerading as the ANC. And so for us to really have proper tools of analysis applicable to the current condition of this organization, we have to have an understanding, what are we dealing with here? Because if we are going to say we're dealing with the ANC, we might be not applying proper tools of analysis, and that's the problem. And so my take is that this is just a conglomerate of individuals who are seeking to loot, or who are seeking to better their lives out of the state coffers. And so whatever that is happening in terms of decline is an indication that the society is no longer warming up to this conglomerate of individuals who masquerade as a political organization, the ANC.
So you say this is no longer the real ANC, but the person at the helm of the provincial body is Sihle Zikalala. What are your thoughts on his leadership?
Look, if you look at the municipality EThekwini, if you look at the municipality Umsunduzi, and look at how the state institution in the province are falling apart, I don't think that the current leadership is capable of leading the province. After all, it's themselves who admitted to say, look, it seems as if they are not capable. Hence, they are saying they would like to seek the wisdom of the past leaders to come on board and assist them. And so the question that you have to ask ourselves as the South African citizen, especially from KZN, how dare can we give responsibility to people whom at the end of the day they can see themselves that they are not fit to lead. And so I don't think that KwaZulu-Natal is going to be out of the sinkhole yet. It seems as if we're digging more sinkhole for ourselves through the leadership that we have. And so the people of KwaZulu-Natal really need to have a honest and a very frank discussion to say what type of leadership that can save this province.
On that call by the PEC for seeking wisdom from past leaders, let's just play one of those, or rather both of those, and hear what Mr. Zikalala had to say.
The ANC with the responsibility to ensure that we maximize effective functioning of the structures of the movement. And in doing that, as I spoke about uniting the ANC, we've said we are going to visit all regions and meet with all cadres. But on top of that, we are going to engage in a program of unity, including engaging national leaders who have served in the province on the program of unity. We don't want abantu abasasele kuma conferences adlule. We don't want abantu abasabambe in Nazareth, because we've passed Nazareth. We don't want abantu abasabambe in division yango 2015 or yanini. And we are saying in that program, we will include all comrades who have led us before, including Jacob Zuma, Spoon Debele, Zweli Mkhize, Senzo Mkhunu, Nkosazana Dlamini Zuma. All of them will be part of this program of building unity in KwaZulu-Natal. The PEC also considered a number of challenges that are facing us in KwaZulu-Natal. These are issues that threaten unity of the organization and to a certain extent impact on the integrity of the movement. And we've taken a view that we're going to continue to act decisively against ill discipline, corruption, and any element of bad practice wherever it takes place, without casting any doubt and without saying comrades who are charged are guilty. As the PEC, we want to affirm the decision we've taken and make it clear we've taken a view that anyone who is charged for any serious case will have to step down from the deployment in the office, and the ANC subject that matter to processes within the movement, and the ANC should finalize those processes within 30 days. And that stepping down means a comrade who is charged must take a leave, but if a comrade is not taking a voluntary leave, the ANC will be compelled to remove that comrade. So what we are saying, when a comrade is charged, she or he must take a leave. And the ANC must process that issue within 30 days. But if that comrade does not follow that decision, it will mean we have to recall that comrade. And not recalling him or her through negotiation, but through recalling, through convening a structure and ensure that members of the ANC vote out that person.
All right, listening in on that KZN PEC outcome from our Durban studio is analyst Xolani Dube, and we bring you back into the conversation again. Let's go back to that call for wisdom from past leaders. What do you read into Mr. Zikalala's mentioning of several names instead of just saying we'll look to the leadership of somebody who's been a president, for argument's sake?
I think it's an acknowledgement that the KZN is still functioning according to the factional lines. The reason for seeking wisdom from Nkosazana Zuma, I don't find it appropriate, because she has never led the province. And moreover, why the ANC in KwaZulu-Natal, if they seek wisdom, they only seek wisdom from the people of the province, whereas the ANC by its nature is not a regional or a provincial organization. I think when you seek a wisdom from an organization, you must seek a wisdom irregardless if those people are from that particular province. And so that's why I'm saying it seems as if Anaway was also entrenching the reality that KwaZulu-Natal, factionalism is still existing, and maybe him is not knowing how to deal with it.
The Zandile Gumede met her. Are you happy with the decisions that have been taken to put her on leave?
Look, for me, I don't have feeling for Mamu Zandile and her leadership style in EThekwini. But the fact of the matter that the South Africans must be aware of is that the issue of Mam Zandile Gumede is an issue of people who wanted to pillage the state coffers, but they never agreed on the strategy of how to do that. And moreover, Mam Zandile, when he entered that a vault of our state coffers, he shut the door at the face of those who made her to occupy that particular position. And so I see an anger of those who were shut out of the door, who wanted to be inside the vault so that they can loot the so-called the state resources for us as well as for the next generation, that they are angry, that they are not part of the loot now. Hence, they decided to recall her. But the fact is, whoever that they are going to bring in that particular position, I don't think that is going to bring our municipality into a stable organization like before. I think we are really descending into a really uncomfortable sinkhole to an extent that municipality might not function, because you have to understand that Mam Zandile Gumede still command a huge kind of support in our municipality. And, you know, there will be two centers of power. They are going to the regional conference. The possibility is she is going to emerge. And when she emerges as the chairperson of the region, can you imagine the working relationship that she is going to have with the person that the ANC might install as the mayor of that municipality, EThekwini? And so I think that the ANC is in a serious quagmire.
So I suppose that regional conference is the next event to watch in terms of the flow of politics in KwaZulu-Natal. Mr. Xolani Dube, thank you so much for your time this morning.
Thanks a lot.